What's up? What's up? Welcome
What's
back to the
up?
show. How you doing, man? Happy Friday.
Oh
Finally.
man, good. Yep.
We gotta play that horn. We gotta blast it because it's Friday, man. It's been seems forever.
I know this week was pretty long.
I know. I'm destroyed, man. I'm ready to lay down a little bit. Just slow down. We've been.
Yeah, I know.
You have the, you have this new position at work, man. They are working you like a slave.
I know. Tell me about it. It's because what's taking long is because I'm in the learning phase. So
Oh, okay.
um, there's just a lot of things, so much information at times. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good that you have the new position, though. It is so.
Hmm.
Well
Thank you.
deserved. All right, Brad. Hey, this is, as you see in the top in the thumbnail, this is a pretty touchy subject. A lot of people are kind of in defense with the DACA and deportation. Everybody just getting upset about people getting deported, knowingly that my opinion. If you came
Yep.
in over here illegally, already it is a ticking bomb. What I mean, it is just a matter of time you get caught and sent back to your country. It's the same like if I go to, let's say, I go to Sweden and I overstayed the 90 days or 100 days without a visa. You know what I mean? Like once they find out that my days
You're out.
over, like because once they lock you in on the passport, that's when your clock starts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they don't have a cancel or a going through back to the to port or whatever the station of passport. They'll be like, hey, this guy stayed over the visa. You know what I mean? It's like, where this
Yeah. As
guy
soon
at?
soon as you get pulled over, do you have a license to drive or something? You're gonna be like, no, but I got my passport, and they see that your dates overdue. Hey,
You overdue. Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta go.
and they're not gonna be like, oh, let me go, let me tell you to come in tomorrow and get your stuff. No, if you left your stuff in that hotel or wherever you're at, it's staying there, buddy, because they're
You're done.
you're getting deported right then and there. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
but
That's
you
that's the truth, man. And that's the
you know
reality
and
of it.
yeah, and no one, look, Julio, no one's out here saying that what you're seeing out there being all those people being detained or the DACA recipients, like, oh, it's not a sad thing. When we're saying this, it I know it sounds insensitive. We can all agree to say that it is sad and it is unfortunate. But at the same time, the reality of this is that, I mean, that's kind of like, seeing me getting a pen and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna stab myself, right? Some people are gonna be like, you dumbass, right? And some of you guys are gonna say, oh my gosh, he didn't know better. Why did he stab himself? And you look at it, hindsight 2020, it is sad why that guy is so dumb to stab himself, right? But at the end of the day, he's being dumb stabbing himself. So it's like kind of the same thing. I know that's kind of a stretch a little bit. It might sound like it's probably not the best analogy, but what I'm trying to say is it's the parents' fault for bringing you here illegally. What were they
Yeah.
thinking? I mean, it's like you're stabbing yourself again. Like you're hurting now, you're inflicting other people now. Because and for most people, some people don't know where, when, and how DACA started. Back in 2012, Obama did an executive order to make those who were brought here against their will and were raised here, because I know a lot of them that don't
Hmm.
know Spanish. They don't even know Spanish, Julio, and they've been living here. They've been raised here. They're basically American, but without citizenship. So they feel privileged like us American citizens, but they don't have the citizenship. So under Obama, they did this without Congress. So, which they're allowed to do that. The problem is it's not a legislation, it's not a law. So it's up for scrutiny, meaning like they can go to court and challenge each one. It's not set in present. So like it depends on the case to case, you know. And Obama didn't care. And this is for all you Democrats. If you guys really cared, why didn't y'all do that? Because in 2018, Donald J. Trump was the president, and Donald J. Trump, around this same time frame, actually it was in November, he was trying to stop the government shutdown, if y'all remember, in 2018, because he wanted his funding for the border wall that you Democrats did not want to do because you guys were supposedly we need to renew this DACA executive order because it's about to expire. I don't know if y'all remember that. But Donald Trump said, "No, I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. How about we do this? I will give the DACA recipients a pathways to citizenship, but just give me the money for the wall." So that's why I'm not going to renew the DACA. And they were like,
Mm.
no, no, no. They didn't want it. So guess what? They didn't do anything about it. And now DACA is on limbo until Biden came in and redid it again, right? But it's basically already the time. I think the time's up. So,
Wow.
for all these new babies, and now they're like, what, 6, 7 years old, and they're
Yeah.
file them to DACA. I mean, and then you got these people that are like attorneys, which I seen this on a post that I got asked to comment and give my opinions. And if you don't mind, I would like to share it and read it. But
Yeah.
I want to read some of the stuff that I actually and I just want to do this for clarification for those that this applies to. Because so basically this Rebecca Collins says, my heart is breaking for all of my Texas DACA clients calling and emailing. I had to get off the phone just to hold it together. Parents in tears. Imagine for 1 second having been brought here as a child with no control over the decisions and living here your entire life. Some don't even speak Spanish. Then in 2012, an executive order made it possible for you to work lawfully. After all this country provided you with an education, so you apply and are granted a work permit, and you work and provide for your family. You become a first responder, an EMT, a nurse, a police officer, a fireman, then it's taken from you. Before you ask why didn't they legalize wait, before you ask why didn't they legalize their status? The road to permanent residency is not as easy as you might think. True, but not impossible. All right. So she continues saying this. And I just want to interject to say that because I know people that got citizenship or residency. And anyway, so I'll continue. So it isn't the mere, okay, hold on. It isn't the mere requirement of filing an application unless you're married to a U.S. citizen or a U.S. citizen child turns 21 you, and you obtain advance parole, you stay a DACA holder, meaning as long she's trying to say basically, unless you have a child, right? And
Hmm.
I'm a DACA recipient and I have a child and my child turns 21, then they can uh, do what's called a sponsorship and sponsor me to make me a citizen, right?
Yeah. It's
Or
like an anchor baby, pretty
yeah,
much.
basically. Yeah, anchor baby. That's correct. All right. She's saying that way or either getting married with a citizen is the only way to get pathway to permanent residency, which she's lying. That's a lie, but she's gonna go on and say it. Like I'm not what she's saying that's the only two ways, but I'm saying
Hmm.
she's lying, right? Okay, so and she's a lawyer, so she was gonna come back and probably say you don't know. No, there is other ways. It's just they're almost impossible, but there is ways. There's different situations. Okay, so requirement. Okay, you turns 21, a DACA holder unless your child signs up for the military and you get parole in place, you will stay a DACA holder. Or if you're basically your child, the third, right, go into military. These are just few examples. So please don't come and comment on my post that they should have done something. Every client I have now with DACA has no other options. If they had another option, we would have taken it because I offer low payments plans to help any DACA holders to legalize. In some cases, I have even stepped up myself or found donors. And then she says, I want to speak to all the DACA holders in Texas. Some tell you that you should wait and see what happens. Our governor has made it clear where he stands. I do not foresee any legal challenges. I do do what is oh sorry do what is necessary for your family and start planning now. That might mean relocating to a nearby state and putting your home up as rental. That might mean not working. That might mean returning to school and get a degree that, if necessary, could support you even in your native country. I also recommend obtaining Mexican citizenship for your children. I don't say this to breed panic or fear. I say this to prepare. As as children of immigrants, you are resilient, you are tough, and you survive. I'm a person, blah blah blah. You consider, anyways. Point is, it's funny to me, real quick, that she ties this to only Mexicans. You know, like get Mexicans or Spanish speaking. Like there's people from Nigeria that are here that are DACA recipients. So it's just not Hispanics. Number one. Number two, there is ways. It's a hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's a hard road, and it's right now a very long process, especially right now, because now that daddy's home, he's actually keeping the rules, and now everybody's like, oh, I got to get my shit together, right? And excuse me for saying that, but they got to get my stuff together. And then guess what? Now you flooded the system. So now people have to wait. So my advice to these people, and I know she's probably saying I'm one of those people that say to wait, but I basically said, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. This is sad. It's an unfortunate thing that your parents put you in, because they it's like building a home without a foundation. They decided to bring you here, build this home in no foundation at all, and any tough storm, meaning any challenges, whatever happens, you're gonna lose your home. You're gonna lose everything. And these people, unfortunately, are gonna be the cause of this. And then a lot of these DACA recipients, they are the ones that you see protesting in colleges. They're the ones that you see in major cities. So this is what's going on. You can still renew your DACA because you have to renew every 2 years. And as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you're working, you're contributing to society, they'll renew it. But under the Trump administration, they're holding you accountable. If you have like a public intoxication, meaning you went out with your friends, got a little drunk, a little tipsy after the bar or club, whatever, and you got drunk and walked, whatever, you got arrested, boom, that's it. When it's time to renew, most likely the judge is going to revoke your DACA. I think that means you're out, right?
Wow.
We're talking out of camera, sounds reasonable to me. You know what I mean? Or two, you got a DWI, you're out. Or let's say you decide to say free Palestine, boom, boom, right? You're over here protesting in college, and you think what you're doing is protesting, but you're blocking a road, which is considered a riot, which is a criminal. It's a crime under any federal, any state, basically. Then guess what? That's not protected in the Second Amendment or the First Amendment. I mean, uh, you're rioting, you're obstructing traffic and stuff like that, and you get arrested. Guess what? When you time to renew, you're out. So there's a lot of
Wow.
those that are going through, and unfortunately, Julio, That's what we're seeing. And going full circle back to my whole point of all this, there is a lot of videos that you're seeing the Trump administration in Chicago and Portland, and not just doing the crime, but they're picking up everyone that has a deportation order. So let's say you did something, you got pulled over, you didn't have a driver license, you didn't pay your tickets, you got a warrant or whatever, you got a deportation order and you ignored it because under Obama, they ignored it. Under the first Trump, he wasn't really doing that. Biden, he definitely didn't care. Trump's second term, this time around, he's saying, "Hey, I got to deport everybody over here." So so they wouldn't get pushback from the Democrats. He's saying anybody that had a deportation order from any year, he's going to get deported. So that's why you're seeing some people that look innocent, like somebody's dad, somebody's uncle, like my uncle was good, he's always, but maybe when he was here 30 years ago, he had a deportation order
Mm,
and it just got
yeah.
forgotten. Well, this administration is going that back. If they've ever had a deportation order, they're getting deported. And if they have a green card and they had a deportation order, they're going as far as back as challenging that. And then there's something that people are telling you, Julio. I don't know if you knew this, but so if you get pulled over
Hmm.
and you're a green card holder and you're listening to all these TikTok people that are telling you you have rights, you don't need to show them anything. Crack your window open about that much, and you don't have to show him anything. Okay, if you're an American citizen, that applies. Yes, that applies. If you're a green card holder, in the back of the green card, there's a fine print that says you're supposed to have this on you at all times and present it anytime you are asked for identification. So that is a law. And these people that have been losing their green card status is because of that. And the Trump administration is not playing. They're not playing. So while you're saying, I don't know, no senor, I'm not gonna, and they don't want to identify you, so they tussle you, arrest you, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna win this case easy. And they go for a judge, and oh, you were a green card holder. Yeah, see, I was legal. And then guess what? You didn't identify though. Removal of green card. And then they're crying these tears. I was a green card holder. No. And the media, of course, is spinning it around like saying, yeah, see, Donald Trump is even removing green card holders. And they're not getting the
Yeah.
facts right, dude. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. I'm like so amped up about it because there's so much misinformation and all these immigrations you're seeing, they all got deportation orders. That's why they're purposely, there's one video out there that they pulled over this person in a van and they asked obviously for a driver license, but they went all onto the side and they were like
Mm,
pointing at the guy, that's him. And they were telling him, hey, I need you to step out and then you guys can leave. But they were like, no, 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 we're not going to open the door. We're not going to open the door. And they wind up arresting everybody and removing someone else's green card. Uh, and because they were committed a crime for harboring a fugitive.
yep.
And, it's just people, you guys gotta do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Everything I'm saying, I'm telling you, research it. There's Chat GPT, there's Grok, there's a bunch of different AIs that can break things down for you, man. It's
I
like
know.
there is no excuse right now, Julio. But with all this, tell me
And
what you think.
man, and that's I have more question than answers for you. But the question that I have for you, like, okay, let's say you are in exchange, college exchange. It happens a lot. You bring students from China, different parts of the planet to study in the United States. Does that apply to them too? Do that, basically you come over here with a visa. That's what you're coming to because you staying over what 180 days. Sometimes
Yep.
they're staying a year or two. So why people are so wrapped up on ideology when you are a visitor? Like how people get wind up in that situation? Like
And
because if I'm privileged enough to be selected, for example, I'm living, let's say I'm from Pakistan, right? And they grant me the opportunity to come to United States with all the expenses paid, whatever, to study. Why they get wind up in this like
you,
woke mindset and all this stuff, jeopardizing the probably the only chance they had to get
a
a
good
quality,
education.
a good education, and possibly staying here because sometimes they just like fell in love with the country and they just wind up to upgrading their visa for residency and so on and so forth. Why people do that sometimes? It's
Well,
not all, I'm not saying all of it, but I've seen some
yeah.
people getting their status removed because they became, I don't know, radicalized.
Well, and see, here's the thing, Julio. See, this is the conundrum. So as and this only happens here in the states because we're free, meaning we're able to say this. I'm able to protest and say that I think Donald Trump is a fascist. I'm able to say that I'm a fascist, that you're a fascist, that he's a fascist. And yeah, there's a backlash, right? You can say that, but there's a backlash. Kind of like what happened with all those people celebrating Charlie Kirk. But what I'm trying to get at is that in coming from other countries, and you've been in that situation, I've seen it through my parents' lens and me visiting other countries, seeing how, talking to the locals and seeing how they are. And to tell you the truth, they don't have the same mindset that we have here in United States. We are so, this is what they mean by freedom. So it's attractive. Like, so these people that are coming from other countries, like you said, China, and they're just like mesmerized. Wait, what? You guys can rally and say that and they don't arrest you? No, you can say that. Okay. Wow. It's just like, man, I'm part of it. And you feel it. And that American spark grows inside of you. And even though you're not from here, but you like want it so much and you embrace it that you decide, you know what, I'm good. And they don't know anything about this country other than what their other people are saying, which is the majority of what right now the indoctrination in the colleges are saying, but
Mm,
they're just attracted to it. So this is the conundrum. They come here and they feel like they're part of it. And they just, it's just so attractive that, they don't get to exercise that in their own country. And the fact that they're able to do that here, I mean, it just like when it's your first time by yourself, you got your own money, you're living on your own. I mean, you don't do the smart choices in the beginning, right? It's kind of like that. And I think that um, that is attracting. And unfortunately, right now in the colleges, there's only one side that is like popularized is popular in the colleges, which is the left wing ideology. And conservatives are seen to be bad, and again, they don't know their own they don't know our history good enough to know, which they should if they trying to do like you said, they're here on a visa to learn and educate. You would think they would have some type of requirement to have some type of patriotism class or something, but they don't. And it's just a conundrum because
mm,
we can't restrict that, because obviously we do want them to protest and we do want them to do that. Like again, all the people that are screaming free Palestine and all that stuff, that's all good. I'm glad you're doing that. What becomes the issue is when you become a riot, when you're like destroying private property, destroying public property, destroying and vandalizing it, and littering, because it's not good for the environment. That's a crime. Um, Obstructing streets, you know. Uh, and yeah, Maria Hernandez, yeah, Charlie Kirk did preach that. And the thing is, you know, it's just so sad that they don't know the difference between protests and riots. And they just get caught up on it, Julio. And it's, again, it's attractive because it's like, in my country, we didn't get to do that. Holy
Mm.
crap, you guys get to do that? Yeah, and it's just easy to fall in line and follow that, and it's like liberating, which is one of the best qualities of America.
Right.
And it's just sad, but a lot of people don't know, I guess, the difference between a riot and a protest. And that's, to me, is these are people that are academics. They're they're supposed to be elite, like a higher level than most of us that didn't even go to college. But
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should have I don't know, a class before they arrive here, and have a like a 2 3 day class of the do's and don'ts,
that's too loud. Yep.
so they don't kind of don't end up in that situation and jeopardizing their opportunities, they and not ended up sabotaging themselves in the future, because it happens. Once you get here, you, like you were saying, you see all the freedoms that we have to offer and all the stuff that you can do. They might not be able to do it in their own country. It's tempting. It is very tempting to just fall in line and be like, hey, let's go for it. You know what I mean? Let's go Donald Trump, or let's go Biden, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? They just get wind
Yeah.
up. But you and I know perfectly that the ideology of communism, socialism, it is heavily, heavily, heavily injected in the minds of students nowadays. It's just extremely, they just dump it. It's not like a it's not like a small dosage. They just like, you just grab a bucket and just waterboard you with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And
it could
sometimes
happen
it's
to anyone.
and sometimes it's scary. I sometimes, like, my oldest daughter, when we sent her to U of H, I was leery, and rightfully so. She proved right. In the beginning, she was kind of heading towards left wing ideology, but um, you know, of course, I allow my children to have their own opinions and their own ways,
Mm,
but know that I'm going to challenge you. So I challenged everything that I could without sparking an argument, as far as more of a debate. And the way I do my debates is I just ask the question and ask it to the point where that person in their mind has to give me the answer that I'm trying to convey from my point of view. You know what I mean? And which is hard because I'm not a very good debater, and I'm not a very good I'm not a very good person to. I mean, I didn't go to academia. I didn't go to no college. So this is all, not saying that I'm not educated, but I try to educate myself as much as I can, and because of that, I did that because I love my daughter. I want her to succeed. Well, now I got her back into reason, and she understands that this is not a left or right wing kind of thing, but it kind of is, because one wing of the left is more similar to what is tied to evil, because there's no, I mean, I think we talked about this a while ago, but looking about the Bolshevik, sorry, Russia, the history is so similar to what we're going through here in the states. The anti-fascist Antifa, groups, extremists. That was Vladimir Lenin. That's what he was. His party was all about, and they wanted social, which they wind up achieving it. FYI, that's why Russia's communist right now. But yeah, it's scary, and it's a similar situation that we're going through. But if some of us that knows this history, we need to highlight that, because they say that it's never been tried, and yes, it has. We're seeing Russia right now. It you know from the outside, if you go visit, you probably think it looks good. It's peaceful. There's no crime. I can leave my AirPods in the park, go to the store, come back, and Get the AirPods again. Why? Because communism, you'll find out. I mean, F around and find out. You commit a crime over there. Let me see how you feel after.
Yeah.
It. Well, if we hear from you, because there's people out there that committed a crime, Americans that haven't came back, and those are the ones you see that some of them were just preaching the word of God. Some of them were carrying a little bag of marijuana, right? And guess what? They're in life in
Oh
prison.
yeah.
So, I mean, that's why there's no crime.
They don't
You know
play
what I mean?
games down there.
Yeah. But I
I
think
know.
America needs to go. But now jumping to this topic real quick. Let me show you this video. It's from Patriot Peach, Julio, and it's crazy because it still falls in this category of immigrants, but um, there seems to be this pattern. I don't know if you've seen this. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts after this video. Oh, wait.
These men are white. Because that's how they're being labeled. Just imagine if it were the opposite. Alright, Exhibit A. A man named Mohammed Muzamil is being charged with murder in Herndon, Virginia. Custody records have him listed as white. Yeah, he's definitely white. Alright. He rammed his car into another car, got out and opened fire on the driver. And according to customs, he's white, but the list goes on. Let's just take a look here at the 10 most wanted fugitives in Texas. Wow. Do you see that? You see the red circles? Yeah, it says they're all white. That's not suspicious. But I'm sure it's just a typo, just like the rest of these clearly white men. And these, I mean, total coincidence. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I am not saying that white men don't commit crimes, because they absolutely do. But when you see this pattern happening again and again and again, and stats are being reported a certain way to say crime is down, makes you raise an eyebrow. Maybe crime in blue cities is down because they're not arresting people anymore. Or maybe some stats are just pushing a narrative. Strange indeed. Makes you wonder, what else are we not being told? I just want you to tell me if all these men
What
are...
do you think of that?
That is true. That is true. Because when I did my license, I believe at the beginning of the year, I have to renew my license. So they want me to go there because they want to verify my passport and all that stuff, right? Because it was a real ID. You had to show your passport and all that stuff. So when I went there, they labeled me as white. I'm like, sure. So if I happen, all right, I'm not saying I will, but if it happen to I commit a crime or something, I would be labeled as white. And when people see the picture, they'd be like, "That ain't white," that dude is brown. He's light skinned, but not even near white. So it is incredible how we have to say, "Hey, he's a like light skinned or brown Latino man or woman," to be more specific and call it as it is, but not
Yeah,
white.
and it's funny because
That is
that's the
insane.
same thing with me. But this is what they told me supposedly, that they do that because they're that's the only way they can define your skin tone. If you're black, they want to put there that you're black, and if you're Hispanic and you're light skinned, they put you as white. But I don't know, man. I kind of feel like this is kind of
Mm,
and that happened around Harris County. Now here in Montgomery, that I've changed, and I had to take a picture. I did see Hispanic, so I don't know. Maybe Harris County, just saying, it is a blue, city. So
I know. It's,
yep.
it's drama going on. Have you heard about the drama going on in Conroe?
Ooh, about the police, the raises, the mayor, right? Yep. And no wonder my taxes, uh, you know,
Just I just saw a post that somebody were getting paid over $300,000 a
$1,000.
year.
A lot of them are. Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
what?
I
And
want
this
that job.
it is more than like it's more than 4 or 5 people getting paid that amount.
Oh yeah, it's like a whole family. I think.
Yeah,
Like I think they're related.
they're all related somehow. And I think the mayor's in there involved. and it's a lot of people involved, and they I think they're gonna run. They're gonna do an investigation on that. They need
Yeah,
to.
they should,
They need to.
if because I will tell you my taxes right now are not good. They're pretty high.
Talking of, talking about taxes, if you live here in the Montgomery County area,
Yes.
taxes about to go up
Hmm.
because I just got a letter in the mail. We have voting for taxes, like property taxes, I believe, and we have to go vote in, and I believe in November. It's early vote, and then at the end of the month is the actual elections for a proposal. So, like, why? Like, we getting more people. Why we have to pay more taxes? I mean, like the people that come in's already enough. Like, why we have to raise the taxes? That's it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But they're trying to say they're gonna open new schools, which is I understand. I mean, we receive a lot of people in the last 3 or 4 years,
Yes.
but those people paying the taxes, it should be enough
Well, I'll tell you
to make
this:
the schools. You know what I mean? We
some of us are paying about 10 grand a year. I think that's pretty good
Wow,
money, dude.
that's a lot.
I know. So
That's a lot. Like
I don't
right here,
know.
I think Montgomery, like where I'm at, is like 3.4, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Like 3.4 for a that was a $400,000 home. We're talking about almost like $6,000 a year, right? I don't know the
Yeah.
math, but I'm saying about 6,000.
It's a lot, dude.
Crazy. It's crazy. All right. So
Hey,
it is.
that's- speaking though, real quick, back to the immigration. Did you ever hear about this guy or girl? I don't know if I think it's a girl, but in
Well,
Splendora, Texas, dude.
oh yeah. What about hey Kilmore got deported finally?
Yes, he's going to. Um,
I think he left already.
no, I mean I think he's still in Africa. I think
Oh, he's in Africa already.
he's in Africa. I
How they
think
gonna release him? He have no passport.
no, well, no, he's detained over there. He's not being detained here.
He's detained.
Yeah, remember because of the whole Ghana thing, or he didn't want to go to Ghana, and
That is
now
crazy.
and now the judge, um, yeah, Maria put, and I'm crying for 5K. No, I mean there's some places that, it gets it's getting bad,
Yeah. Let
but
me see. Like
dude,
right here, it's like 3.4. It's
let me see,
crazy.
kill Mar Obrego. Um, Yeah, so the judge that remember he was going to go on case to see for his asylum case because remember
Bro.
he was saying, "Oh, I I'm afraid to go back to El Salvador
Mhm.
because I was in the MS-13, which you can he basically said that he was getting threat by the other crime. I think it's called 8th Street or something like that, right? Um, anyways, well, that whole ruling that he was waiting for, and this is why they said you can't deport him. He's still waiting for trial. He's still waiting for trial. Well, that judge ruled that denied his claim for asylum.
Mm.
Therefore, now he's able to get deported without any. I mean, there's nothing they can do now at this point.
Damn.
Kilmar, yep, Kilmar, yep,
Talk to me about that girl on Splendora.
yes. So back in 2024 of May, there's this girl name, which again they say she's a girl. I don't know, but many of y'all might have seen her. But her name is Leo Acosta Sanchez, and it's this character right here. And now this is her again. Well, It's said that they caught her in 2024 because in 2023 she was in Guadalajara, Mexico, and she used to live there. She had a boyfriend who somehow I don't know what happened. I forgot the story, but I can tell you that she what she wound up doing is set up her boyfriend and got him killed in front of his house. She basically lured him. Hey, come over here. I'm in this car with one of your friends. Oh, that's what it was. She was having an affair with his best friend, and said, "Hey, come here." And he went out there, and they basically shot at him, and he was trying to go run back home. And the mom, the boyfriend's mom, saw his son wheezing on the corner, bleeding out as they drove off. And she left and came here to Splendora, right? Close to New
Mm,
Caney. It's close to the Houston area. She probably lives in that Ridge Colony place because that's around that area or whatever. But, anyways, she lives there, and she was living out here like nothing happened. She's
mm.
wanted in Mexico. She's in the Interpol software as
Database.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yep, in the database. And long story short, this happened. This arrest happened in 2024
Right.
in May. So this who was president then? Biden.
Mhm.
And the Biden administration had like a chill, relaxed uh, immigration policy. So you know what they wind up doing, Julio? They let her go.
Releasing. Oh yeah.
They let her go. They
Well, we
didn't
see that
ex
a lot.
they didn't expedite her. So now the Trump administration got her again. This time she's gonna go to jail in Mexico. She's gonna get deported back. So
Wow.
bye, Felicia. And the only reason how they found out she was here, a traffic stop. Had they not had that traffic stop in 2024, and not they wouldn't have known where she is. And just imagine that could have been your neighbor. All you people that are like, oh, Trump administration's evil. She looks like she would be like an innocent person. She's probably living out here, like already made friends, already lived her life, but yet she killed and her boyfriend got away scot free. How many of those are there and they're your neighbors right now? And you're thinking she's here for a new beginning, you know? I
Mm.
mean, this
Yeah.
face could
True
have
though.
fooled me, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We could have
uh,
fooled anyone. And that's what the world we live
yep. That's
in the right, and we don't know who they are. We just like blindly believing our eyes and believing people because I mean, we can't do background check on every people we meet. That's impossible.
yep.
That is
That
impossible.
is.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. All right, man. I appreciate a. Let me see. We got one more coming before we go. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Yep.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you so much for all our viewers on Instagram, X, and YouTube and Facebook. Those are yeah, we got people on YouTube. Appreciate it. Uh, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit our webpage. Let me see. Let me put it up. So this is our webpage, the X-Ray podcast. What X-Ray podcast? Let me share the screen
And
real
look,
quick.
check this. Look this shirt. If y'all like this, let me see. Oh, represent.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can get the merch. There you have it. Let me put it right here so I can see it. You can get the merch. You go shop and you go to the episodes. You go to the shop right here, and you can order. There you go. You can order your shirt. I'm wearing today the Freedom shirt. I'm wearing that one today. Now, probably next week you're gonna see me wearing the Charlie Kirk shirt. We got that one, and I think I made a new one. I haven't posted, but this is The latest and greatest. There we go. I'm gonna put it right here so people can see it. Close this window out. This is the last. This is the last one that I made. Simple, just American. It's made in house. It's not like a third party drop off, drop shipping stuff. Now we made it here in house, and we're proud of it. So it's a high quality shirt. So thank you for those that recommend me the type of shirt. They're pretty good, comfortable. Neck is tight, does not shrink. It's already pre-shrink. So if you order one, you can buy it with a certainty that will not ended up a medium.
Hey, Julio,
Like, you know,
before we go, I got a joke video that I just want to share with you guys. Just one video. That's it. It's funny, trust me. But here we go.
Do you have any chapstick?
there we go.
Yeah, here. Apply liberally.
Equal rights! Free healthcare! Black Lives Matter!
Do you have any
Oh, that's funny.
That's
That's just a joke for Friday, guys. You know?
I know. I have another one. I don't know if we able
Yeah,
to
that's
show
good.
it. Can you show that one that I
Yeah,
sent?
that one was funny too. When you sent me that, dude, I was like, we were watching a little Disney movie because unfortunately we got Disney again. But yeah, we're watching a Disney movie, and you sent that to me. I was like laughing. Everybody's like, "What's what are you doing?" And I was like, don't worry about it. It's inside joke. Inside joke." But here you go. I'm gonna share it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Let
funny
me
though.
see. Where are you at? Wait, why isn't it? Oh, here we go. Popped up now.
I sent it to you. There we go. It is hilarious,
We
guys.
should
I
make
mean,
the
check
shirt
this
out of
out.
that.
Yes.
The
Yeah, here
Super
we go.
Smash Bros.
We should. You know what? I'm going to make.
Dude, that is so
Oh my
funny,
god!
bro. And it's funny because it's true.
Just comment down below if you want me to make a shirt. I'm going to
Oh
make a
man, look at
shirt.
that.
I'm going to. I'm gonna get it
That's
ready, prepped up. Oh Lord,
Super
that is
Smash Bro.
funny.
Oh man,
Oh, that
that
is
is so
funny.
funny, dude.
I could sell tons of those shirts for like 19.99, and people would buy them. Cause that is, oh my, can you put it on the, can you bring it
Okay, I'll put
forward
it
again?
again.
So I want to just go with it. Yeah, that is hilarious. For those who haven't seen it,
Yeah, this is
just drop your comment and
it.
drop your thoughts in the comment. That is
Oh
hilarious.
man. Oh man, that's so funny.
That is hilarious. I'm gonna make it bigger. There you go. Some people can see it. That is hilarious. Indeed. That is super funny.
Oh man, Super Smash Bros. You need to send me that one. Oh man, that is so
You
funny.
definitely need that. Which one, Maria? You need to let me know which one you would like to buy. 'Cause I'll send it to
Oh
you.
man.
I give you a good price. Oh, that is funny. I will make this shirt this weekend. Be ready. I got a few shirts left, empty shirts, blank ones. I could make a few labels and have that put in. It would be so freaking funny. I believe JJ Carroll will have a
Dude,
kick
oh
out
my
of it
god,
too.
that is so funny, dude.
JJ will
Yeah,
have a kick out of it. He would be like,
just outline this, right? Or you could do
yeah, yeah, I will
the
make
whole
the shirt.
the game console. You know the whole the cartridge.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, yeah.
That is
That is hilarious.
hilarious.
That is funny.
Oh man.
It is. It is. We ended up the day in a good note. Guys, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. It means to us that you spend your Friday with us. It is Friday, ready to hit the weekend. I can't wait to get some rest. If you work Monday to Friday, enjoy your weekend with your
Yep.
family. Stay safe. Robert, I see you. Probably, if it's something happen, we
Yeah,
might jump in
exactly.
tomorrow.
But you know,
But
real
if
quick,
not, you'll probably see a couple posts of us
real quick,
talking
Julio.
about.
Real
current
quick,
events.
hold on. I got to know this first. Did you make up your mind yet?
Oh hell
Argentina
no.
or
Um,
Peru?
we're going to travel
Chile?
Chile
So she won?
next year. No, I'm not saying she won. She want to explore, but I might fly. She proposed this to me. She say you should go to Chile for about 2 weeks and just explore because it's easy to
Yeah.
move one person. For me, it would be like rent a car and I could move like every town every 3 days. You know what I mean? I could stay one place for a day or two, drop that, go to a hotel or hostel, whatever, in another town, stay there for 1 or 2 days, explore, take pictures, videos, talk to people. And I could cover a lot of ground by myself. And it would be a lot cheaper than having an entire family. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about probably doing that. So because I guess I have that nomad blood in me
Yeah.
though. You know what I mean? That I just want to explore. Honestly, I just want to see something
What
different
she said, she's
instead
like,
of
I don't
just.
want to hike. When you told her about the Peru mountains,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Peru mountains is crazy. I will not take my kids to that. Like to climb up the
yeah, I
stairs.
know
It's
it is
unsafe.
though. Then they got them
If
sketchy,
she
yeah,
fails,
and then
there's
them
nobody to
sketchy
stop her.
bridges. Yeah,
Hell no. I know. I might do a trip in a helicopter, like see everything from the helicopter. But
yeah.
climbing? No. Probably by myself, yes. With kids, hell no.
It's gonna bring you back in your army days with the bag, hiking up.
I gonna have a bag. She gonna have a rope attached her to her waist. Like nope,
Mm-mm-mm.
no. And plus we got the dogs too. We had to babysit our dog, so it's easy for me just to travel one person and just move around. That's it.
Okay.
So I can travel to the mountains and see places and see if I like it or not. But Argentina is cold as hell down there. Maria Hernandez, what is the purpose of the trip? That's a good question. I would say the purpose of the trip is getaway. Just in case the this country going
You're like,
downhill.
I'm escaping.
going I'm escaping, yeah. Yeah. I'm not fighting my way out this country. I'll probably fly before that. But it just I like to travel. I like to travel, I like to see something different. And I would just like to see what it is to live in a different country. Since Chile has the most, I would say, less red tape visas that you could get. You know what I mean? You could get a visa for wow, like $150 for a
Yeah.
2 year visa, which is not expensive. You know what I mean? So and they're pretty lenient too. You could do a lot of stuff with just a like rentier visa, which is like you live out of retirement or you live out of a passive income. So you could live there for a year or two, which I don't mind to do it just to try it out. You know, get my kids homeschooling and just travel for the whole year or 6 months. Just be there for 6 months and or a year, leave my house for rent and just be there for a year. And whenever I get bored, just get back to my house. Like, hey, this year we went and lived in Argentina and we spent 1 year living in
I'd
different
like to go to
towns.
Argentina.
Argentina, Chile. I would like to those places. Costa Rica too. I
Man, I'm
like
just
Costa
afraid of
Rica.
those bullet ants because they say they have that out there.
I know. They got
Mm,
scorpions, snakes.
mm.
It's very jungly type of environment. You know what I mean? So me, I
You're
would stay
sleeping
more
and then
more like in the
you
beach
feel a
area.
spider going through there. You just
The crawlies. Oh hell no, no.
mm.
Uh-uh. But it is fun. I mean, Puerto Rico is kind of the same. You don't have the escape plan. Yep. Yeah, that's. I'm always thinking about like when the shit hit the fan. Pretty much, I'm always thinking ahead. If something happened, what I would do, and like that's a good question for everybody. Like Robert, what would you do? Like if you get caught, like the shit hit the fans, United States. Do you have food? Do you have supplies? Do you have self defense mechanism?
That's why I
All this.
fatten my cat. That's my dinner.
What about
Freddie, yeah,
Freddy's? You don't
no,
you
I'm
don't
not gonna
eat.
eat Freddie. Freddie's gonna be my he's gonna
Yeah.
be like I Am Legend. You know, I'm gonna be with the gun and little Freddy's in between, and he's a big schnauzer, guys. He's like this big.
Yeah, I know. It's like mine. I got one. It's like this from tail to head to nose. It's like this
But
big.
all right,
It's my little fairy. All right, brother. Take care, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. God bless you. Take care.